The 1984 Philippine Piso coin is a significant piece in the country's numismatic history. It was part of the Flora and Fauna Series, a coinage program launched during a period of cultural resurgence and national symbolism under President Ferdinand Marcos' regime. Let's explore its detailed history from design to circulation and its place in modern coin collecting. The 2 piso denomination was first introduced in 1974, replacing the Philippine peso to note that had been in use since the early years of the Republic. The coin became part of the Flora and Fauna Series, issued from 1983 to 1994, which showcased Philippine heritage through depictions of native animals and plants. 1984. The Philippines was under the rule of President Ferdinand E. Marcos during a time of political instability and economic turmoil. The Flora and Fauna Coin series was partly seen as a move to promote nationalism and cultural pride amidst this unrest. These coins became tools for cultural education, as many Filipinos began to take pride in the country's rich biodiversity. The obverse side of the 1984 2 piso coin features the right-facing profile of Andrés Bonifacio, the revered Filipino revolutionary leader and founder of the Katipunan movement that led the fight for independence from Spanish rule. Bonifacio is portrayed wearing a traditional camisa de chino and a red neckerchief symbolizing his grassroots leadership. Around the portrait is the inscription, Republica ng Pilipinas, Andrés Bonifacio. This design honored the bravery and nationalism of Bonifacio, connecting Filipino pride to both revolutionary history and modern identity. The reverse features the Philippine Eagle Pithecofaga jefferi, one of the world's largest and most powerful eagles, and an endangered species endemic to the Philippines. The eagle symbolizes strength, independence, and the rich, natural heritage of the nation. The denomination 2 piso and the year 1984 are also inscribed. The image served as an environmental reminder to protect Philippine wildlife. The 2 piso coin circulated widely in the mid-1980s and became familiar in daily commerce. However, due to its large size and weight, it was not as convenient as other coins. It was most commonly used in public transport fares, small purchases, and as change in marketplaces. The 19842 piso is considered a semi-scarce collector's item, especially in uncirculated or brilliant uncirculated condition. Coins with clear details of Bonifacio's portrait and the eagle are more valuable. The Flora and Fauna series, including the 1984 2 piso, is remembered for its educational value in promoting environmental awareness, nationalistic tone during a politically tense era, artistic portrayal of key Filipino symbols. This series inspired later coinage programs to include cultural and ecological elements, such as the new generation currency coin series launched by BSP in the 2010s. The 2 piso coin was eventually replaced in 1995 by newer designs and later demonetized in 2001 as the BSP transitioned. Before coins like the 2 piso were introduced, lower denominations such as Philippine Peso 1 and Philippine Peso 2 were often issued as paper money. The decision to transition the Philippine Peso 2 denomination to coin form stemmed from the longer lifespan of coins. Paper bills would wear out in a few months, while coins could circulate for decades. Thus, minting the 2 piso coin in 1984 was a practical economic decision. Bonifacio's appearance on the 2 piso coin marked a shift from traditional portrayals of elite figures to a working-class revolutionary. Unlike José Rizal, who was an intellectual and reformist, Bonifacio was a symbol of armed resistance and a man of the people. His inclusion resonated with nationalist ideals during the politically charged 1980s. The Marcos regime promoted cultural nationalism, often using heroic imagery to bolster legitimacy. Coins like the 2 piso became tools of state propaganda, reinforcing ideals of unity, resistance, and Filipino pride, all themes associated with Bonifacio. However, critics argued that this use of national figures and symbolism was meant to distract from widespread corruption, civil unrest, and suppression of democratic rights during martial law. The Philippine Eagle, featured on the reverse, was declared the national bird in 1995, but it was already gaining national attention in the 1980s due to its endangered status. By including it on currency, the government and central bank helped raise awareness about conservation. This was one of the first times that a threatened species was featured so prominently in Philippine coinage. Coins like the 2 piso 1984 were minted at the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas minting facility, At the time, the country's minting technology had improved significantly, allowing for better coin detail, security, and durability. However, a number of coins had minting errors, such as off-centering or double strikes, and these varieties have become especially sought after by collectors today. 1984. The Philippines was undergoing a severe economic downturn, worsened by the debt crisis, rising inflation, and the aftermath of martial law. The government had limited resources and foreign reserves. Using coins over banknotes was seen as a way to reduce government spending on currency production. The Piso coin became a key denomination in local markets, particularly for jeepney fares, food items, and small retail transactions. Though the Piso was made of cupronickel, the metal's value occasionally spiked, leading to instances where older coins were hoarded or melted. This impacted circulation and led to the scarcity of high-quality specimens in later years. The People Power Revolution of 1986, which ended the Marcos regime, brought a renewed appreciation for national symbols. Coins from the late Marcos era, including the 1984 Piso, were retained in circulation, but many Filipinos began to view them as reminders of the authoritarian period. As democracy returned, older coins. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.